YouTube. That weird website where your roommate finds all of their cat videos, where famous people tell you what they ate for lunch, a good way to watch music videos, all of the above and then some. If you picked the last answer, then you're correct. YouTube, the seemingly endless video sharing website, was launched 10 years ago and has never looked back. As one of the most successful media platforms and social networking sites online today, YouTube has earned a place of importance among television and film. It can be analyzed and understood similar to pre-existing video media, while remaining unique in the fact that there's still little to no corporate control, and viewers are actively able to participate or simply just watch. As the website took off, bloggers, DIYers, gamers, aspiring actors all found their homes right here on YouTube. Companies have also taken to creating their own channels and pages and using videos to share information about products and ideas with their consumer base. One such company is Dove, primarily known as being an entity of Procter & Gamble with an extensive line of body and hair care products. The Dove YouTube page is intended to aid in
promoting positive self-esteem and helping women feel good about their unique inner and outer beauty.
As a college-aged female in the United States today, I find that the majority of content produced by Dove is both relevant and touching. In late January, they released a video called Love Your Curls. Being a curly girl myself, I was immediately obsessed. So I started to do something that I've never really done before. I took to researching the internet, focusing on YouTube, to find other things relating to self-love for curly hair. It turns out that traditional media does not feature naturally curly hair very often. It seems that the internet has followed suit. I hope that you're intrigued, and I hope that you've decided you want to continue with me and watch as I explain my findings and decide whether or not this is standard of YouTube and what is being done about it. A quick search on YouTube for curly hair problems yields tons of results. But try another search for hair tutorials and hair ideas, and most of them require your hair to start out maybe wavy, but straight, smooth, blown out, something. Nothing with texture, and nothing with curls. For curly girls across the world, this can be so disheartening. But curly hair is natural. It's just not quite manageable. Cue Dove's Love Your Curls. Through this video, young girls and women of all ages and hair types and backgrounds are learning why their curls are beautiful, why they're unique, and why they should be celebrating them.
So do you like your hair?
No.
You don't like your hair?
I want my hair to be straight because when you have your hair straight, it's really smooth.
Do you think that's more beautiful?
Yeah. Doesn't really feel good to have curly hair. I try to make it straight, but it doesn't work.
It is in this moment that Dove is a great fit for YouTube, creating something. And what they're creating is authentic. Authenticity is key to being successful on YouTube. They're creating something. What they're creating is authentic. Authenticity is key to being successful on YouTube. It is needed to establish a fan base. As a company, that could be really difficult sometimes. At the end of the day, they're still corporate and they're still trying to sell you something. So it's a little bit tricky. Amar Jean Christian writes,
As long as video manages to capture the imagination and relate emotionally, its actual truth may be irrelevant.
And this relates perfectly to Dove. In their quest for real beauty and self-acceptance, they're always encouraging self-love and celebration. People know them for this, thanks to their Real Beauty campaign.
Next time I look into the mirror, I will see somebody really beautiful looking back at me.
Beautiful is a great word. So why not see what's on the other side of that?
Once I get a sketch, I say thank you very much, and then they leave. I don't see them.
I still didn't know. All I had been told before the sketch was to get friendly with this other woman, Chloe.
Today I'm going to ask you some questions about a person you met earlier, and I'm going to ask you some general questions about their face. This is your self-described image. And then somebody else described you and I did this sketch. Do you think you're more beautiful than you say?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, even though Dove is still a business, they're pretty authentic. In fact, I would say they're just as authentic as some of the most popular YouTubers out there, such as Tyler Oakley or Jenna Marbles. This has led to some lesser-known YouTubers who happen to have curly hair to touch upon the subject of exactly what to do with their hair and how it behaves and just what it's like. It has lended itself to becoming a piece of participatory culture, or the exact opposite of consumer culture. The public wants to partake, and they begin to participate by creating their own videos, their own understandings, and sharing them for other people to watch and also participate in, whether it's through comments or maybe wanting to make their own video. In Clay Shirky's chapter, Gin, Television, and Social Surplus, he writes,
Media is a triathlon. It's 3 different events. People like to consume, but they also like to produce, and they like to share.
Which supports this idea perfectly. It supports the idea of a regular person, such as myself, taking part in a current media trend. So the people who begin to participate have a subject matter. So for example, right here, it's curly hair. And they begin to succumb to other media practices that yield success online. The main things to follow are the loose outlines of media grammar and common aesthetics. By staying on par with these 2 practices, a YouTuber may be seen by some as a media friend. A media friend is a celebrity or a well-known person that shows up in the media pretty often. They usually promote a feeling towards their viewers or their audience as someone who they know. They feel as though they know them, even though they've never met, based on what they share and can learn about them through their appearances in media. Perhaps an easy way to get a good understanding of this is to take a moment and to consider September 11th. Many people regularly watch one news station, whether it be ABC, Fox, NBC, MSN, CNN, what have you. They're used to one certain news anchor providing them with information. They typically like this person and feel a connection. They believe that this person is someone who they can trust, get up-to-date information on. The information is accurate, and it's what they need to know. It's what's going on, and it's what is important. It almost feels personal. So when 9/11 happened, and millions of Americans, if not all Americans, were stuck to their televisions, sitting there, glued, waiting to see what was being found out, what really happened, what was going on. We were all sitting there watching those people who we knew. We wanted to hear it from them. We wanted them to tell us. We relied on our media friend to keep us up to date on what was happening.
We want to tell you what we know as we know it. But we just got a report in that there's been some sort of explosion at the World Trade Center in New York City. One report said, and we can't confirm any of this, that a plane may have hit one of the 2 towers of the World Trade Center. But again, you're seeing the live pictures here. We have no further details than that. We don't know anything about what they have concluded happened there this morning.
We do have some breaking news that we want to bring you around, and we're going to go to a picture, a live picture from New York City. Apparently, a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center in New York. 8:52. We have limited information at this point. We don't know about injuries in the building or people on the ground, but obviously this has potential for being a major disaster here. Look at that.
Curly girls on YouTube, such as Emily Grace and Shameless Maya, have started to create a fan base. They might be media friends for someone like me. They give tips and advice on managing their curls, and it comes out in a way that feels like you're just sitting there talking to your friend, maybe your hairdresser, but she's kind of your friend too. Their attributes to aesthetic, according to Carol Vernalis, include graphic values by not just telling you, but showing you what they're doing with their hair, reiteration by first explaining verbally, physically demonstrating, and oftentimes recapping with maybe either a list or some comments or something else, just to kind of make sure you understand what happened, what was going on, and what you need to do. And it's also on a scale that matches the medium. It's made to be low-key, it's kind of simple, and it's not something that is made with intention to, or really ever would be, broadcast on a real television. These girls also show adherence to media grammar variables, as set forth by Joshua Meyerowitz. The more easily noticed practices include paraproxemic, impression management, and parasocial impressions. The creative backside to Dove would also be considered a media friend by some. They follow these practices as well. As seen, again, if you watch their video more closely, it all just kind of ties in. Makes a lot of sense. So there you have it. YouTube has created this genre, so to speak, for a whole population. So some people have fallen into this artistic participation culture, and they realized something was missing, so they did something about it. It has been recognized by a global brand and brought further into the light. To say the least, YouTube is a powerful platform that truly has the ability to make a change. If just one small thing like this has happened and been noticed within their first 10 years, imagine what the next 10 years are going to bring. I hope you have a better understanding of how tricky it can be to have curly hair, why the internet and things like YouTube and Pinterest really aren't that helpful, but that you also understand how YouTube can work, what it's capable of, and why it works.